Hello and welcome back to Mental Awesomeness. I'm Brandon H. Larson, and this is where we solidify your foundation for personal creation. I was recently asked by a follower, Brandon, how did you fall into this? Lou Jean, thanks for asking. Wanted to just take a minute and shoot a quick video on how I came into crypto and how I took it to multiple six figures in just over a year. Starting from literally scratch. So I just wanted to share, right? Like about 6.5 years ago in 2014, actually, I finished up going back to college. I had a wife and 3 kids. And literally at that exact time, I got laid off from a job and I had like less than $500 in the bank. I just racked up $50,000 in student loan debt. Like I was kind of freaking out. Like those were some tough times. But what I have been doing for many years is I've been working on my mindset. And at this point in time, 2014, just got done with my college courses, graduated with a bachelor's in psychology, which will get you about nothing unless you go in psychology, right? Unless you go on to get at least a master's or a doctorate, which I didn't want to do. I just felt like, look, if I can at least get a bachelor's degree, it'll probably open doors that wouldn't be open to me otherwise. And I'll get a job. In fact, I want a sales job. And just having the bachelor's will probably help. Well, I got on with a tech company and I started basically at the bottom of a sales team. And I just went to work. I was so grateful to have a job with the tech company that was growing and up and coming. And I just put my head down and went to work. And well, I had to provide for my family mainly. I mean, at that point in time, it was like whatever I got to do. I've got a wife and 3 kids. Like holy cow, and I'm broke as a joke. I mean, for real, no money at all. So I was so grateful to get hired on and just got to work. And I put my head down and I continued to learning. I am an audible listener. Some people can read. My wife is a reader. She can literally, before bed every night, she's reading a book for about an hour. I'm long gone well before her. But I am a listener. So I have Audible and I have listened to hundreds of books on Audible. And I don't listen to stories. I don't listen to fiction. I am into the personal development space. I've literally invested tens of thousands of dollars over the years in courses and books and seminars and coaching and mentoring and all kinds of things. Like even at times when we didn't have money, I can tell you, when my wife and I had just been married, we had one child at the time. I was in school. And we got a tax return, and I was like, you know what, hon, like there's some coaching that I'd really like to take, and it's $1,600. Yeah, $1,600 when you're in school, you're struggling just to get by. But I was like, look, I know there's probably a lot we could do with this money, but I just feel like this will help me grow so I can provide for the family. And my wife has been so good at supporting me through things like that. So we took $1,600 when we're broke and I invested it into some coaching. And, I grew from that. And every time I've grown a little bit. And so I'm constantly growing and developing. And that led me to the 4 core concepts of success that we share in Mental Awesomeness. By the way, go to mentalawesomeness.com. Right now, I put together a free training around the 4 core concepts of success that you can have for free if you go to mentalawesomeness.com. So please do that. We'll put a link in the chat or something like that in a comment below this video. But those 4 core concepts, I'm telling you, that is exactly what I focused on as I came into crypto. And principle number 1 is who do you listen to? I know that I didn't have the background or the information I needed to get into crypto, but I started to hear that it was a growing space. And while I was at the tech company, we happened to go public. And there was an opportunity where for as an employee, you could invest up to $25,000 per year into stock. They would deduct it from your paycheck and you could buy stock. And obviously you're hoping the stock goes up. And there was a one-time, like when we first went public, there was a one-time opportunity to do $25,000 in a 6-month period, and then the new $25,000 for a year would start, and it was a one-time offer. Well, I'm like, there is no way. I don't even have $25,000. Like, what? No. I just like totally blew it off. But after the window closed to buy the $25,000, I was talking to people like, oh yeah, I went and got a HELOC. Like I went and borrowed against my house so that I could come up with the $25,000 and put it in so that, and at first I was like, are you insane? Like what? There's no way I'm borrowing against my house to buy stock. Well, long story short, 6 months later, the stock tripled and I learned a lesson, right? Dang, wait, what? Hold on, if I think about this for a minute, I work for the company, I know our mission, I know our values, I know our leadership, I know we're on a super awesome path. I should have been all in, but instead I was like, heck no. And I had only invested a little bit of my paycheck into stocks. And as I watched my friends triple their money on $25,000, yes, up to $75,000, it didn't always stay there, but some people did pull out. They're like, look, I'm pulling out. I tripled my money. I'm getting out. And that I learned a lesson, right? One, that if you know something is going to go, then get in. And two, there are windows of opportunity that you cannot get back. And the lesson I learned from that, I'm like, you know what? I keep hearing about Bitcoin. I've been watching Bitcoin. And so who do I follow? And in fact, as the company went public, I started following a whole bunch of people who talk about the stock market. I was like, all right, if I'm going to have money in the stock market, I want to know what it's going to do in general, right? Like who has an idea of what's coming and what might help me understand if I need to get out. So I was reading all kinds of stuff and I came across Stansberry Research, and they are a top-notch firm that has all kinds of programs about the stock market, and I just happened to really like them. And they one day said, hey, we're doing a crypto webinar. Come and join. So I joined the webinar. A guy named Eric Wade hosted the webinar. I listened to everything he had to say, and I bought a subscription to Stansberry Research Crypto Portfolio. And it was $4,000 for a lifetime subscription. Now, if my wife knew I did that at the time, she would probably strangle me. But now that I'm sitting on multiple six figures because of the advice that I've followed, I don't think she's going to mind, right? I've more than made that money back. So, I'm a little bit leery to show you anything Stansberry Research in the crypto portfolio because it's, screen sharing their recommendations that you have to buy for probably isn't the best idea. But for 1 year, I watched, and I just watched for the most part. I mean, I bought a couple of big ones, like, the big ones were Bitcoin. Initially, I went into Bitcoin, and that paid off really well because of them, I got in at 7,200. As of today, it's at 48,000, right? But I watched their recommendations, and over the course of 1 year, they made 14 crypto purchase recommendations. If I would have put, basically, it doesn't matter what I would have put. I was going to say if I put $2,000 in each over the course of 1 year, that would have been $28,000, which is about the $25,000 that I could have put into stock. Then guess how much money I would have had after 1 year? $300,000. Yes. In my first year in the program, they 10x'd their money. I'm not joking. And man, I could, it's on my screen right now, but I can't show you because you have to buy a subscription. I don't want to end up in trouble. 10x. So after that, I was like, holy mackerel. Now, anytime they recommendation, guess what? I stopped investing into my company stock and I started taking that money and I put it into crypto. And I stopped investing into my 401k. And some of you might not agree with that. Like, wait, what? You're not going to invest in your 401k when you have 50% match and that's free money? Yeah, I know 50% match is nice, but guess what? I am up way more than 50%. I'm talking like I'm up 7x on my money. And I know that at some point I'm going to have to get out. But those are the types of things, those are the types of risks that I've taken that have led to a multiple six-figure crypto portfolio. All right. Are you willing to do those kind of things? Maybe you are, maybe you're not. But if you are happy with the results that you're getting, then fine, keep doing it. I was looking for something a little bit more, and so I'm being aggressive. And right now it's paying off. Now I got to be smart about it because I don't want to ride that all the way back down. I would have to lose well over half of the portfolio, before I started losing any of my personal money. And I don't want to do that. I want to ride it up and take profits as it's going near the top and as it's coming down. And then, as the next bull run comes, I hope to have some new skills to make money as it goes down. But that is essentially how I got into crypto. It's all about principle number one, who do you listen to? And now I admit I'm obsessed. I follow BitBoy Crypto. He's got the #1 crypto channel on YouTube, and I love the guy. Like, I really like him, and I follow him. There's some other ones, a guy named Ivan on Tech, The Moon. There are several, Altcoin Daily. There are so many crypto channels, but I actually have to start being selective about who I listen to because I don't have enough time to listen to all the videos. I mean, some of those guys are posting 2 and 3 videos a day. I don't have time to listen to every single one of them, but between my crypto capital subscription to Stansberry, anytime they recommendation, I'm jumping in. And the last 2 recommendations, I've tripled my money already, like since December. So that's powerful. That's the power behind concept number 1. Again, all 4 concepts are for free at mentalawesomeness.com. So I'd recommend getting over there and listening to that training because it can change your life like it changed mine if you're willing to learn and apply and put that stuff to work. Before I wrap up here, I've got to say, take a look at some of this, my awesome background, right? We've got Bitcoin, we've got Mental Awesomeness logo, we've got Ethereum over here, we've got Cardano. I mean, I got to give mad props to my partner, Jeff Bergen. Thank you, man. Like, he's the tech guy he's the tech brains behind Mental Awesomeness. I assure you, I would not be doing anything that cool without Jeff. So Jeff, thank you so much. I look forward to this awesome ride that we're embarking on. And to you, get into crypto. So the recommended buy right now is Ethereum, because Ethereum is number 2. Bitcoin's number 1, and we're at about 50K. Ethereum is number 2. It's sitting at about 1,800. You don't have to buy whole coins, but they're predicting that Ethereum is going to end the year in the 20,000 range, right? So that's 10x growth this year. And so that's the recommendation. If you need help getting some Ethereum, for right now, you can send me a direct message and I will show you how to do that. I am actually putting a course together that will walk you through everything you need to know for beginners to get into crypto. But right now, if you send me a direct message, I'll help you. All right, guys, thanks for jumping on. Jeff, thanks so much. This looks amazing. Let's go crypto, baby. Have a good night. If I can find...